Nice. What is up, everybody? I am OnenO. Welcome back to the blog. Today I am inspired to talk to you about the idea of the source of all illness. What is the source of all illness? First of all, we need to talk about science for one quick second. You see, science thinks that material world, aka the atoms that make up this tree, the atoms that make up my body, they believe that that is the fundamental reality and that consciousness is some kind of byproduct of that material fundamental reality. But in fact, anyone who has ever gotten into mysticism, which is just to say anybody that has a spiritual point of view, you understand that all things material get their form and their shape from consciousness, not the other way around. So we don't experience this dead world of matter and then somehow life, aka consciousness, comes from that. It's totally the opposite. Energy, consciousness is the fundamental reality. The next precipitation from there is the material world. So, back to the question, where does illness come from? First of all, illness comes from misalignment. But misalignment with what? First of all, misalignment with your true self, because your true self is in perfect harmony, perfect equilibrium all the time. It requires nothing, it needs nothing, nothing can be added to it, nothing can be subtracted from it. Your true self is in perfect health always. So, first of all, it's a misalignment of your true self. But now if we were to give it a physical aspect, how could we physically classify where illness begins in the body? Does it begin in the mind? No. You see, the mind is a powerful tool to help refocus your health or to create disease. But what trumps the mind? The heart. The heart is the most important part of not only your energy body, but of your physical body. So your heart, if you are living outside, or I should say it this way, if you're living where your heart consciousness is shut down, either out of fear or out of trauma, or for any reason at all, if your heart is shut down, that is the beginning, that is the source of illness. That is the beginning of all forms of dis-ease. Dis-ease. Your heart is the main function that keeps your physical body in balance. So, how do we then find perfect health if we have experienced a disease or some kind of illness? Well, this is not a medical advice video. If you have serious physical issues, I suggest you address a serious physical expert. But here's my additional information. Additionally, in Western science, in America especially, all most doctors are concerned with is masking the symptoms. You have pain, let me give you medication for pain. You have depression, let me give you medication for depression. Very few doctors, especially in the Western sense, focus on the cause of your pain. See, in science, we don't even see that something like cancer can have its source in consciousness, not in the physical body. The physical body is a manifestation of this consciousness. So, if we just address the physical body and not the consciousness, then when the body gets healed, if it gets healed, it'll return because the consciousness has not been fixed or not been adjusted, you could say. There's no need to fix consciousness, but you might need to tune it, adjust your thinking. And that is how you begin to get back in balance with the heart center, is to adjust your thinking and then do something that gets you out of your conscious negative ego mind, like meditation Or maybe it's something as simple as rock climbing or going for a hike. Get out of your negative repetition and begin some new positive influence in your life. But especially meditation, because you see, we have this issue in our culture with doing something. You're out of alignment, so you must do something to get into alignment. I'd like to switch up that part of the conversation. What if being out of alignment has to do with your actions and your behavior and your thoughts? And what if being in alignment is a surrendering and a releasing of the need to do those things? So in essence, in order to get into alignment, it's not that you do another thing, but it's that you stop doing the things that are keeping you from being in alignment. Because again, back to my first point, your true self is already in alignment. Your true self is already healthy, happy, wealthy, full of abundance and love. Your real self. And if you're not feeling that way, that's the first indication that you have become misaligned. So again, instead of thinking of doing something to get back into alignment, think of releasing the things that are keeping you from that alignment in the first place. And then you will naturally discover alignment once again. So I'm going to summarize this video and end it here. Basically, the summary is this. The beginning of all illness, of all disease, comes from the heart chakra being out of balance, being misaligned. And I'm not talking some kind of woo-woo metaphysical. I'm talking real world. You can test this, you can prove it, but you can't prove it through Western science because Western science doesn't talk about the spirit. And the spirit is the fundamental reality. Consciousness is the fundamental reality. And you, my friend, are the selector, the observer and the selector, the one who gets to choose which reality you prefer to live in. So, if you're experiencing illness, come back to the reality which you prefer to live in. Feel that in your body. Find that image in your imagination. Feel it in your body. And then the universe around you will have no choice but to reflect that back to you. There we go. Let me know what you thought. Leave a comment down below. And let's make this a discussion. I love talking about this stuff. And anytime I can get more personal with you, I'm into it. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And until I see you again along the journey, oneness in sound, I am OnenO. Mwah. Peace, everybody.